welcome back to my channel Awaken with Courtney, and welcome back to the Revive and Renew for 2022 Yoga and Meditation Challenge. My name is Courtney. Welcome if you are new here, and if you've been practicing with me before, welcome back. So we're on day 13 of the Revive and Renew Challenge, and today I have for you a yoga sequence specifically put together for PMS and period cramps. So we all know how debilitating and how inconvenient period cramps can be, and I just really hope that this yoga sequence will offer a little bit, if not a significant amount of relief for you when you are going through this phase in your month. So yes, let's get into it. And I guess just before we start the movement, just to say that this sequence can be done any time of day. It'll be great in the morning just to get you going and set you up for the day, especially if you've woken up with cramps or you're feeling particularly bad when you first wake up. And you can also pick up this yoga class anytime throughout the day or to settle yourself down before bed. So yeah, let's get into it, and I would love to hear how this works for you at the end. Okay, let's find our way onto our back. We're going to start in Shavasana today. Start by rolling the shoulders under, gentle tilt of the head forward to lengthen the spine. And just let your feet roll out towards the outer edges of the mat. Just use this opportunity to get present in your mat, get present on your body. Bring your awareness to your breath now. So our breath is going to be really crucial here for managing pain and discomfort that we are experiencing in our body today. So let's take this opportunity just to connect and acknowledge how we feel physically as well as mentally. Just saying to yourself that it's okay to feel this way. Around the time of our period, we experience all sorts of symptoms. Maybe we're experiencing feelings of anxiety. Maybe we're experiencing changes in our mood. We might not feel ourselves. So let's just give ourselves some grace and some compassion. Let's take some nice deep breaths now just to further settle into the practice. And as you exhale, I invite you to send your exhale towards those areas that feel particularly uncomfortable or particularly painful. So as you exhale, let's take an inhale for the count of 4, and we'll exhale to the count of 8. So inhaling to begin. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let your
breath return to its natural rhythm. And then just tuning back into how you feel physically and mentally. Just coming from a place of acceptance. There's no need to change how you feel at this moment. Approaching yourself from a place of kindness and compassion. Just being gentle with yourself at this time. Well done. When you're ready then, let's bend our knees and walk your heels up towards your glutes. And now take your feet just beyond hip width distance. So take your feet almost to the long edges of your mat here. And we're going to take a gentle windshield wiper. So gently rocking the knees from side to side. We're just going to start to wake up the hips a little bit. Start to wake up the groin, waking up the inside of the legs. So very gentle windshield wipers. And I want you to focus on being really gentle with yourself in this class. So we are definitely coming from a more restorative angle here. And if it feels right to go deeper into any of the poses, that is perfectly fine. But equally, if you feel like you need to err on the side of caution and just approach these poses from a more gentle position, I really encourage you to do that. Well done. And then from here, bring your knees back to neutral and gently, slowly walk yourself all the way up. Cross your legs and flip yourself over. We're going to find our way into child's pose. So you've got options here. If it feels better, keep the knees together or walk your knees apart with the sitting bones back on the heels. Walk your hands even towards the top of the mat and let your forehead fall to the mat here. So again, being really delicate with yourself. Coming back to your breath. Send your exhale with intention towards those more painful or more uncomfortable places. Our child's pose is a lovely pose to start to open up our lower back, providing some relief, especially if you feel your cramps around the lower back region. Start to deepen the breath here into your back body, using your breath to expand the back of the ribs. Well done. When you're ready, let's take a gentle side body stretch. So walk your hands over to the right side and drop the forehead down. Gently breathing, maybe that little bit deeper into the left side. On your next inhale, walk your hands over to the left side, drop the forehead down, deepen the breath into the right side body here. Well done. And then when you're ready, walk yourself back to center. When you're ready, let's gently walk the hands all the way back up. Take the knees together. From here, bring your sit bones down to the mat, and I'm going to turn to face you for this one. So we're going to move into our Badakanasana, or our butterfly pose. And for this pose, you might like to have a blanket just to pop underneath the sitting bones, just to elevate your pelvis. That will help you get that tilt, and it will help you be able to hinge forward a little bit further from the hips. So I like to use a blanket, maybe folding it up 2 or 3 times. Set this underneath the sit bones. And then just bring your sitting bones right to the edge, just so that you feel that little tilt in your pelvis there. Then from here, bring the soles of the feet together, any distance from the pelvis. So again, approaching this whole practice from a really gentle and restorative angle, only going deeper if that is what you need. So there's no rules in this practice, it's very much what feels best for you. So the other thing that you can do here is, if having your knees in this position feels too much for your hips, you can take blocks, or you can take some other blankets or cushions and set them underneath the knees just to provide a bit more height. So that should take off the edge of any deep stretching going on for the groin or the hips. So that is some of your options in this pose. And again, you do not have to do anything that doesn't feel right for you. Just honor your body in this moment. It is going through an amazing, incredible process. So let's just be so grateful that our bodies are capable of doing all this amazing and magical things that it does for us, even if it might feel a little bit inconvenient at times. So let's clasp our hands and grab our toes. We're going to keep the chest open and the spine long here. So we're approaching this from a gently active perspective. We're not quite going into this from a yin perspective today. And just gently folding forward any amount. Close down the eyes here if that feels good for you. And we're going to take 10 deep breaths here. So keeping that lovely length in the spine. Taking the gaze about 1 to 2 feet ahead of your toes, just to keep that length in the back of the neck. Breathing deeply here. Send your exhale towards those more sticky or more uncomfortable areas in the body. Just honoring yourself exactly as you are in this moment. Taking your final few deep breaths here. Well done. And then when you're ready, you're going to gently, slowly release the feet and draw your chest all the way back up. So we're going to keep the blanket underneath the sit bones if you're using one, and turn to face the long edge of your mat now if you're not already here. And we're going to take that windshield wipers once again. So walk your feet just beyond hip width distance and gently rock the knees from side to side. Just enjoying that internal rotation of your hips there. Well done. Just gentle, slow movement. And then when you're ready, setting yourself back up on your blanket, walk your feet towards the outer corners of your mat. So going in for our wide leg forward fold. However, there will be no expectation for you to forward fold here. So walk your legs towards the outer corners any amount. There's no rules as to how far apart the legs need to be. Point the toes up. So I do want us to keep a bit of engagement in the quads and a little bit of activity just to protect our knees. If this feels too uncomfortable for you to be here, try and place maybe some towels underneath the knees to keep a micro bend here and see how that works for you. And if that still isn't feeling good, bend one knee in like so, and we're going to take this pose in a half variation instead. And I will signal when to change sides. So walking your sitting bones just the edge of your blanket, finding that hinging with the hips just so that you can lower forward that little bit more.
And then just bring your hands towards your mat. You can also use a block here or a couple of blocks just to bring the floor a little bit closer. Set your props up to any height. And again, we're going to keep the spine long. Keep the chest lifted, shoulders relaxed away from the ears, really relaxing the upper body here. And just sending your breath to those areas of discomfort. Keeping the breath a little bit deeper, trying not to let the breath go too shallow. Taking the gaze down towards the mat or the floor, just allowing that space for the back of the neck. Breathing into your back body once again. Well done. And if you've taken a half variation for this forward fold, then you can extend the bent leg now and bend the opposite leg and take a gentle forward bend. Breathing deeply and exhaling completely. Well done. When you're ready then, gently lift the chest all the way back up. You can set your block to one side. And then we're going to use our hands to help pick up the knees and gently bring the knees back together. So if you're enjoying using your blanket for the forward folding, you're welcome to continue using it, but this time we're going to turn to face the top of our mats. From here, sitting back up on your blanket, bringing the sit bones just to the edge, extend the legs out in front. From here, we're going to bend the right knee and take the sole of the foot into the left inner thigh. We're setting up for a head to knee pose now. So as you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, gaze to thumbs. And as you exhale, turn to face the left leg and fold forward any amount. So you can use your blocks here underneath the hands, or if you've got a little bit extra space, you can drop your hands down towards the mat. Keep your toes pointing back towards your chest. We're going to keep that little bit of activity in the legs. Breathing deeply into the right side of your torso here. Breathing into the right hip. The back of the left leg will probably be feeling this too. With every exhale, maybe you find you can inch the fingertips that little bit further forward. So again, just being really kind to yourself at this time. Relax the shoulders. Let's keep the upper body nice and soft. Gazing to the left big toe. Taking a few more deep breaths here. And when you're ready, gently release, push yourself all the way back up. Let's take that on the other side. Right leg extends, left leg bends. Activate the right foot, point the toes back. Inhale, reach the arms up high, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, turn to face the right leg and fold forward. Nice deep breaths here. Again, blocks are perfectly acceptable here. Place them underneath the hands, lift yourself up a bit higher. Breathe deeply into the back body. Gaze to the right big toe. Finding that kindness, compassion and softness. Relax the shoulders, shoulder blades melting down your spine. Well done. When you're ready, gently lifting yourself up and release the legs. Well done. From here, you can set your blanket to one side if you've got blocks, I'm going to suggest that you keep these quite handy. Maybe just set them to either side of your mat. And we're going to come to lie on our back. So set the blocks probably towards the top of your mat, just so that they don't interfere with our next pose. Come to lie all the way down. Extend the left leg and bend the right knee in towards your chest. From here, take your arms out to a T shape. And we're going to go in for our supine spinal twist. Lovely release for the back, lovely release for the hips as well. So when you're ready then, start to gently draw that right knee over towards the left side. So trying to resist the urge to really pull that right knee down. We don't want to add any extra pressure onto the body right now. If this feels too much, just bend the left knee as well and draw both knees down together. So always options here. Just enjoy this lovely spinal twist, this lovely release for the spine, the hips. Just rinsing out all of that physical and mental tension. If it feels nice, you can take your gaze to your right fingertips. Just let your body be in this moment. Nothing to do, just being. Well done. When you're ready, start to bring the knees back up to center. And again, option to go with the right leg straight. Bringing the left knee over to the right side this time. Again, just take it easy. No need to force anything. And if it's right for you today, bending both knees. Maybe taking the gaze to the left fingertips. Just breathing and relaxing. Sending every exhale towards those areas of tension and discomfort. And just reminding yourself that this will pass. When you're ready, gently bring your knees all the way back up. Hug them into the chest and take any final movement that you feel you need for your lower back here. So sometimes it's nice to draw circles with the knees as you press your lower back into the mat. Maybe just rocking the knees from side to side. And we're going to head into Shavasana, but I'm going to give you the option to take your Supta Badakanasana. So maybe you're going to take your butterfly legs here, and that is why you might use your blocks again. So either taking the legs to extend in your Shavasana position, how we began the class, or take the soles of the feet together and let the knees fall down to the outside edges of the mat. If this feels too intense, then take your blocks and put them underneath your knees just to offer that little bit of support here. So that is your options. There's no right or wrong option to take. And maybe you'll take one hand, rest it on your belly, and take another hand and place it just over your heart center. Coming back to your breath now. Allow your body to start to fully receive all the benefits of your practice today. Start to find gratitude for yourself for finding the time to come onto your mat, especially when we're not feeling ourselves, especially when we're feeling a little bit anxious, we might be feeling a little bit moody.
might be feeling in a lot of pain and a lot of discomfort. So just finding that gratitude that you have come onto your mat today to do something really positive for your mind and body. You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana or in your Supta Badakanasana for as long as you need to. There's no hurry for you to come off your mat. But if you are ready, then you can let me guide you out of the practice now. If you're in your Supta Badakanasana, use your hands to help push your legs back up. Well done. If you're in Shavasana, let's all hug our knees together and gently roll ourselves onto one side, using the arm nearest the floor to support your head. Just take a deep breath here. When you're ready, start to press your way gently, slowly back up to any comfortable seated position. If you can, keep your eyes closed. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Let's close this practice with one full energizing breath together. Inhaling, sweep the arms up, reach up high. And exhale, draw the hands back to your heart. Bow your chin to your chest. And let's take a moment here just to find gratitude for our bodies. As much as this time can be really uncomfortable, it can be really challenging, and it can be really testing, let's try to find gratitude for all the amazing things that our body does for us. Finding gratitude for this amazing process that our body is going through at this time. And again, just sending that love, patience, gentleness, and compassion to yourself for coming onto your mat today. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in for this yoga sequence created for PMS and period cramps, and I really hope that this has offered you some relief. I would love to hear in the comments if this has done anything for you, and I invite you to come back to this practice anytime you need to. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for video notifications, and then you'll be informed when the rest of the videos go live for the challenge. And I hope to see you back tomorrow. I will be back with you tomorrow for a morning boost yoga flow, which is going to be super easy. It's going to be perfect for beginners, and yes, I will hopefully see you for that. Have a wonderful rest of your day and speak to you soon. Thanks. Bye.